Hello, one-alls! I view The Promised Neverland Season 2, Episode 9. I think we can all agree that this episode was way too convenient. I mean, are you freaking kidding me? The one demon that Emma just happened to befriend, just happened to have evil blood, and just happened to come across a human who just happened to have the blueprints for Gracefield, as well as the cure for Norman's disease. Are you freaking kidding me? I mean, I'm not even mad about how lucky this was. I just wish it had been worded differently. Like, if they had said, oh, these are the plans for Gracefield, but they're 15 years old, so, things have probably changed that time. We probably can't rely on the guard schedule to remain consistent over 15 years, but still, this is very helpful in us, figuring out our way to attack. That would have been fine. And when it came down to Norman and the cure for his disease, all they needed to say was, this is the ingredients they used to make the original Lambda drug. We can use this to reverse engineer a cure down the road with a little bit of time and effort. That would have changed absolutely nothing in the story, but would have felt so much better, so much less like God himself had descended upon them and saved them all. I did not like this. I did not like this. But speaking of convenience, I spent a lot of time in the last video ranting about how the demon Emma had the same name as our Emma and how it's just, way too convenient. I am kind of glad it happened, Norman seeing that Emma as his Emma really was just a great moment. And here when the demon Emma realized she has the same name as our Emma, oh god, that was so adorable. That was so freaking adorable. And then she just continues on as she apologizes to Norman. She apologizes to the man that burned down her village, killed her friends and family and neighbors for what her species had done to him. Oh, that's such an Emma thing to do, and I absolutely loved it. And, it really helped Norman and his subordinates see the demons as being more human. We saw that earlier in this episode. When Barbara was about to murder those children, she saw herself, that scared little girl who did not want to be hurt by the big, scary, mean people around her. And I thought that was so much better than how the manga did, where, she just kind of turned around like, all right, well, I guess if Norman says I should stop trying to kill demons, I'll stop trying to kill demons. That was badly written. That was pretty badly written. Here, though, she's really seeing herself, really, showing her empathy, and I like that. I saw some people online complaining like, oh, well, why didn't this affect her before now? And I think the answer to that's pretty obvious. I don't think she's murdered any demon children before now. I mean, yeah, she was eating demon meat in that one scene. That was probably from like a wild demon or a soldier demon or something like that. Not a demon child. That's a much, much different story. And when she heard the screams, saw the fire from distance, it did seem like she was really bothered by it. Like it was actually hurting her soul to see this happening. I mean, not so much in the last episode, but at least in this one it did. And, I am also just glad those demon kids played another role. I mean, yes, their parents, I think, were murdered by Norman and his gang. Oh, wow, I forgot about that, yeah. So Barbara's looking at the children that she orphaned. Oh, I love that, friggin' love that. But yeah, they showed the more human side to demons, both to us as the audience and to Barbara, and I really like that. And then we had Zazzy, who stopped on a freaking dime. Norman said no more killing demons, and he stopped instantaneously. He's like, all right, well, if that's what the boss wants, that's what the boss gets. Oh, I love him. I freaking love Zazzy. Still no words from him, just some grunts this episode, but alright. Sislo, I really did like Sislo came off. He was more level-headed than the rest of them, which does make sense. Back when Barbara went in this whole rant about how she wants to murder all the demons, he was more level-headed. He calmed her down. He told her to stop, but he still said that he wanted to kill the demons because he thought it was the best plan, the best strategy for, saving his family, saving all the kids, all the humans in the world. And then we had Vincent, who went on full demon killer mode, ranting and raving how he wanted to murder all the demons, which, interesting, especially because in the end of the episode, he called up Gracefield and apparently snitched on everybody, which, weird, very, very weird. I mean, I have a few ideas on why this might have been the case. First off, what if he's been a spy this entire time? He was a spy implanted in Lambda to, win over Norman, gain his trust, and eventually, find a way to betray him down the road. I mean, if that was the case, though, it feels like he's waited a very, very long time to, pull the trigger, arrest Norman, do whatever, but that would explain why Petey seems so confident that he could reclaim the Lambda kids, because he's a spy working with them. Maybe? Second possibility, he wants the demons to attack so that they'll kill a bunch of Norman's family members, and then Norman and Emma and Ray are gonna be so angry they'll agree to the whole let's murder all the demons plan. I mean, maybe that's definitely insane, but I could see that happening. And third possibility is he's planning on luring the demons away. Like he's going to say, oh, the Gracefield kids are at B798 all the way over there. And then, that's going to be his way of luring demons away. He's actually going to be there waiting for the demons. And then, he'll poison them, turn them feral or do whatever. So they can keep on killing the demons, but at the same time also be helping Norman get out his plans by, luring the soldiers away from Gracefield, which they're about to attack. I'm honestly not sure. Let me think down below. What's Vincent's reason for doing that? Anyway, start of the episode, we see Norman reunite with Emma and Ray. Yay! And he looks so guilty. Like they've caught him doing something wrong, which, they caught him committing mass genocide, so yeah, that makes sense. And then this shot we got so brief of him just turning into a little kid who's crying, doesn't want to be involved in this anymore, who just doesn't want this burden on his shoulders anymore. It was so cute. I love that. But then, he still breaks down pretty easily. I do think this is better in the manga because, he has a reason for it. He's actually seeing the carnage and death he caused rather than the manga where he just kind of changes for no apparent reason. Though I do have to say, Emma's line here, "Let's grow up together," that was cruel. That was so cruel. I mean, I know she didn't know it, but just the fact that Norman is dying, that he's only got a few weeks left to live. Oh, I love that line. I love that line just because of that. Though, seriously, again, we still run into that issue. Norman saying that he's dying, then, 10 minutes later, like, "Oh, no, we found the cure. I'm not actually dying anymore. Yay!" Something similar happened in the manga, and oh, God, that was bad. I mean, they could have just, saved this issue for down the road. They said, "Okay, Norman, listen, we're going to work and get into the human world," and we do. Maybe we'll be able to find a cure there. Maybe they'll be able to find a way to fix you. If they had just left it at that, I think it would have been so much better. Oh, yeah, and then we had Vilk cutting off his arm to feed to the feral demon, which confused so many people. I mean, it made more sense when we saw Sonju do it, which was, was pretty cool. Him cutting off his arm and throwing it to the demon like that. Oh, that was amazing. I absolutely freaking love that. But I know, it just felt so weird that Vilk did it, and then we cut to Sonju doing it, and then we cut back to Vilk, and no explanation. I mean, I get what they're trying to say here, but that just felt like a very weird scene. Anyway, then back to the temple, their headquarters, and I'm not gonna lie, I was really expecting, when they got back to the temple, they'd find all the kids were gone, they'd been captured and taken back to Gracefield, something like that. Not the case, I guess. But what is waiting for them is an announcement that Phil and all the other kids are about to be shipped off to a Lambda testing facility, which, oh, that's bad. That's very bad. On the bright side, though, this does give more motivation to Sislo and Barbara to want to, go back to Gracefield to go help Norman with his plan here, more than just them being loyal to Norman. It's them, wanting to put an end to the Lambda facility once and for all, wanting to make sure that no one else goes through what they went through, and, maybe wanting to get some revenge as well. I'm assuming Petey was in charge of the whole Lambda thing, so they definitely want to kill Petey. Oh, definitely. Oh, I hope they do. I really hope they do. Barbara deserves a chance to kill Petey. She really does. Anyway, speaking of Petey, we then see him as well as Grandma Isabella. Yeah, apparently after she let 20-odd high-quality kids escape, they decided to give her a promotion and put her in charge of all of Gracefield, because, yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Basically, their plan was to send out the beacon, let everyone know about this, so that, Emma and Ray are going to hear this and attempt to attack Gracefield and free all the kids. Big question about how well that's going to go, given that, they know they're coming, but also they actually are shipping all the kids to Lambda facilities in order to create basically GMO kids. Modify the kids to be super smart, have super big brains, so they're super delicious for all the royal and noble demons. Though it is interesting to note that they are going to keep a few of the mass production farms in operation just to continue feeding, the poor people. They can literally make as much high-quality meat as they want, but they don't want the poor people to have it. That just... Oh, that's so evil. So evil. I love that. Also, what exactly has Isabella been doing for the last year or two? I mean, after Petey freed her, promised her freedom, all that, she said that she would get the kids back, but she's only now putting the plan into motion of getting the kids back? I mean, that feels weird. Like, what has she been up to the last 2 years? I'm assuming, she didn't just get the grandma position now. Was it given to her, as soon as she made that deal and the old grandma was kicked out, I guess? I don't know. I'm very curious about that. I'm hoping we have a little more explanation about what exactly she's been up to for the last 2 years. And then we find out a bit more about Vilk. I was really expecting, him to be some sort of high priest in Muzhiko's religion or something, someone she knew intimately. No, she had no idea who the heck he was. He was just, someone she saved all those years and years ago who's managed to survive up to this point somehow, some way, by basically hiding the fact that he had evil blood, while continuing to eat human meat and not giving the blood to anyone around him to avoid arousing suspicion, which... Okay, I mean, no, bad grandpa. I mean, I do definitely get now why he felt so guilty last episode, why he so readily accepted Norman killing him, because he realized, yeah, I done messed up here. I ate a lot of humans I didn't need to. I ate that one human I found on the side of the road, shared with my family. I didn't need to do that, but I did. So, yeah, you know what? I deserve to die. Just straight up kill me, Norman. I deserve it at this point. Wow. Really not sure how to feel about him anymore. I mean, afterwards, everyone seemed okay with him, but he still ate a lot of humans he didn't need to. He still caused a lot more suffering than he needed to because of his cowardice, essentially, which is weird. Just very, very weird. Though I guess his fear does make a certain amount of sense, given that it's straight up said in this episode that the entire town is probably going to be destroyed when the farm finds out that Mujika shared her blood with it, which, yeah, that's a problem. That's definitely a problem. Hopefully it's something they figure out a way to fix at some point, because, yeah, that's an issue. I mean, there's also the fact, that there are a whole bunch of other farms out there, mass production farms, all types of farms, where they're going to continue, serving human meats unless something is done about it. And there doesn't actually seem to be any sort of plan to, do anything about it. They aren't going to, Gracefield to overthrow the government, to kill the royal family, something crazy like that. They're just going there to save Phil and then escape to the human world. But that still leaves basically this entire world in a very messed up state in need of a lot of help. So, yeah, I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen with that. Oh, yeah, and then the human that Vilk came across. I have a fairly good idea of who that was supposed to be. I mean, I see some people online saying, oh, that was William Minerva, that must have been him, but I don't actually think that's the case. I think it was someone else. We know for a fact there was someone in the bunker before Emma and Ray got there, after we saw the word help scrawled on the walls over and over again. I'm going to assume this was the person who was in the bunker. He was also an escapee from the farms who managed to get to the bunker, but then, went crazy and then left it, eventually being killed or dying of illness or something, and then, being found by Vilk. I mean, there is a person, at least in the manga, who fairly accurately, fits that description and would make a lot of sense if that was him. Very, very curious. Though, this person was also ranting that it was supposed to, give hope to the kids, so that would make a little more sense to be William Minerva. I'm curious about that. It's very, very curious. Anyway, seems like next episode they're going back to Gracefield, back to where it all began. I can't freaking wait. Rematch them versus Isabella. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna come out on top? I honestly don't know. It's diverged so far from the manga, I can't really make any good guesses right now, so I'm just going to swing wildly for the fences and say that PD is going to inject himself with some lambda drug, basically turn himself into the Hulk, and try to murder all the kids, at which point Isabella is going to switch sides, inject herself with a lambda drug as well, and turn herself into a giant monster as well, and basically end the series with Godzilla versus King Kong. Probably not going to happen, but that's my best guess. And see, let me know down below. What do you think is going to happen next? Why do you think Vincent turned on Norman? Did he turn Norman? Is this part of his plan to save him by sacrificing himself somehow, some way? And what's going to happen when they get back to Gracefield? What's going to happen when they reunite with their mama? What's going to happen when they reunite with Isabella? Oh, that's going to be fun. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm hoping for some moments, especially between her and Ray, given that Ray is, her biological son. A little closer there. I'm curious about that. But anything else down below. Be sure to like and subscribe. See you in the next video. Until then, peace!